Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NCAA 2004 in the Alabama Crimson Tide Dynasty mode here. And we are back with another absolute banger of a matchup, which I've said for every single video so far in year number 13, because every single game has been a banger. We've had ranked matchups the entire way, except for Kentucky, of course, and now we are kicking off the rest of our SEC schedule with number 5 Arkansas, who's now much higher ranked than we are, because we're coming off a loss to the TCU Horned Frogs, who now presumably are probably going to be ranked somewhere in the top 10. Well, if we're 10 and they were 14th, they might be 11 still. I don't know, but they have to jump ahead of us, but these games are not programmed like that. That kind of logic does not exist in the top 25 in these old NCAA games. It doesn't exist. So maybe TCU's getting shafted. Who knows? Maybe they're 9th now. Who knows? Everyone probably moved up a good bit. They probably hopped TCU a good bit, but we're focused on Arkansas today. We have to kind of lick our wounds here. Because our losses at a conference, we're still very much alive for the SEC and anything pertaining to it, unless we lose, of course, today to Arkansas, which, who knows, man. It's hard to stop kind of free-falling here once that thing kind of happens. But we haven't lost multiple games in a season since year number 2, I think. I think since year number 2 we went 7-6. I think that's the last time we've lost multiple games in a season. I think we've won like every postseason thing we could have. Even last year when we lost to South Carolina in the SEC Championship, we still ended up winning our bowl game. So, I think. So we have to avoid it. But we have a lot more games to go here. Arkansas, Tennessee, maybe even LSU at the end of the season. So nothing is guaranteed, man. We have to really kind of fight moving forward. And one of the biggest things here, unfortunately, is we are swapping our starters, but that does not stop your running back from fumbling the football. But yes, folks, the biggest storyline for this game here is we're going with Khaled Lumpkin at quarterback. We're swapping up the quarterback and seeing if we can get any type of change here. I know that when we, in the TCU game, Trey Gates had he protected the football a lot better. He was a little bit better. But unfortunately, getting the offense to move and produce wins is something that now I'm really questioning alongside his turnover problem. So I'm just going to rock with Khaled Lumpkin for a couple games. We'll see how he does. If he kind of produces some better numbers than Dre Gates, we'll probably stick with him for the rest of the year. But this game is going to be a huge test here. So we've already stopped Arkansas on this first drive here following our turnover. And thanks to a very long field goal, they actually are able to cash in some points after the turnover, but we do manage to at least stop them on third down and force them to have to take the 3. So back on offense now, and Lumpkin going to hand someone off to Blackman. And Blackman with a spin move, open space down the middle of the field here, and it's a foot race that he's not going to win, but he's going to get inside the 20 for a humongous pickup. Thank you, Lionel Blackman, trying to, pay us back here for his mistake just a little bit ago. So fast forward now to a 3rd and 13. Arkansas's defense applying that pressure to Khaled Lumpkin here in his second, I think, start here, because we started him against Kentucky. So Khaled Lumpkin's going to be our SEC starter, I guess. After Dre Gates kind of struggled throughout the out-of-conference schedule, we're going to let Khaled Lumpkin try to clean things up here. But after getting stopped on 3rd down and 4th and 2, Lumpkin just throws into a complete mess of players on both teams. The pocket collapsed immediately. Arkansas sent the kitchen sink, but Khaled Lumpkin still able to get a throw off, but it was a terrible, terrible choice. So that pass is broken up, and now the first quarter is going to come to a close with no points to speak of for your Crimson Tide, man. We were shut out in the first quarter by Arkansas, and now they're going to take over on offense on a 2nd and 13. And now their quarterback, Jock McLaren, is going to find an open target for a huge reception that'll get Arkansas into Alabama territory, as that one was Nolan Blackwell, the top receiver here at Arkansas, who made that catch here. So now on a 3rd and 3, they're going to go with the ground game, hand it off to their running back, Eddie Sanders, who had a amazing, well, not amazing, but he had a decent year last year. In 153 attempts, he racked up 781 yards and 11 touchdowns, and just 95 this year. He's already at 526 and 7 touchdowns. So he's already on, a career pace for himself here in his junior year. So, we might be seeing him for at least another season or two, including this season, maybe another season or two. So, but we do manage to stop Arkansas once again, so they're going to have to rely on their kicker once again, and he does make it once again. So Arkansas drives all the way down the field, eats up a lot of time, but cannot get into the end zone. So our defense is bending and not breaking for once, okay? We're seeing that it wasn't really working in the last couple of games, but it's working here. Our defense is showing really strong against Arkansas, and we just need to see a little bit of that from our offense, as now Lumpkin is able to find Chip Milligan who's been one of the more bright spots of this offense, kind of a unsung hero here, the unlikely contributor to this offense, but he's been everywhere. And now we're going to get Clifford Jones a catch across the middle of the tight end, and he's going to get brought out of bounds, but not before getting across the line to gain and getting pushed out of bounds. But already it's 3rd and 12. Arkansas is really applying that pressure on 1st and 2nd down, and Khaled Lumpkin gets blindsided, gets absolutely flattened here. He did not even see that defensive tackle coming at him, but unfortunately it's going to be a big sack. And now on 4th and 18, we're going to have to rely on Owens here to see if he can make this field goal. It's a bit of a long one, though, so I wouldn't be shocked if he missed it. It should be well within range, but who knows? And he does nail it, so good. We've seen a lot of good things from Kendall Owens so far in his freshman season as our kicker, but we'll see how the sim treats him in the games that we're not watching. So 6-3 is your score, though, after one half, so neither team can get into the end zone. It's been a completely defensive matchup here in Tuscaloosa, and we are on the bad end of it. We are trailing Arkansas. So, and now Sanders once again going to find some open room to at least get a first down for Arkansas, and he's having himself at least a decent game, off to a good start so far. Trying to answer back here to what Lionel Blackman's doing here. But it's already 3rd and 8 now for Arkansas's offense. Kind of a shallow pocket here, and McLaren doesn't really move all that far back, but he does manage to throw a diving catch to Justin Rivera, one of the freshman receivers here at Arkansas, for another first down, but our defense has forced another 3rd down. So on 3rd and 7, once again, McLaurin able to find an open target. And this is an issue that we saw, I believe, against Oklahoma. Oklahoma was just able to convert on 3rd downs just all the time. We just were not able to stop them on 3rd down, and they were able to get into the end zone. And now Arkansas is in the end zone, and I think that's their fullback. I believe it's going to be their fullback, maybe. Or no, it's I think it is their fullback, but it's a backup or something like that, because their starting fullback is 46, and that's 47, so who knows? They gave it to the backup fullback, I guess? I don't know. But Arkansas finally opens up the lead a little bit here, 13-3, and the option, we're going to give it to Blackman with a spin move, gets away from 2 defenders in the backfield, and now he's off to the races once again, going to get shoved out of bounds inside the Arkansas 40, but that play was completely dead to rights behind the line of scrimmage, and Lionel Blackman ended up turning it into like a 30 to 40-yard run, so that's why I love Lionel Blackman. So Lumpkin now moving the offense forward once again here, finds Lou Newsome along the sidelines. He's going to step out of bounds before making it to the line to gain. So decision time here, and Signaben sends out Owens and the kicking unit, and this one's a lot longer than his first one, and that one is still good. I think he doinked it. Did he doink that? I think that was a doink. I don't think we're going to get a replay on it, but I'm pretty sure that was a doink. I think he just doinked that one in, but we'll take it, man. As long as it's good, we will take it. So the 3rd quarter comes to a close. We are still looking for a touchdown here in this ball game here. Now we're entering the last quarter without 6 points. 6 points from a touchdown, that is. So, but we are back on offense here in Lumpkin. Deep shot down the side of the field here, and that pass is going to be caught, I believe, by Jones once again. I think it's Jones who made the catch. The tight end, and yeah, it is. He good on him. Deep pass. So now he gets inside the red zone here and handing off to Blackman. Blackman shot through a cannon of the middle of the field, stumbling on some defenders, but still managing to fall forward across the line to gain, and that'll be another first down for the Crimson Tide. As we are looking to get in the end zone, we have to break this kind of like stagnant here, little stalemate of not being able to score. Lumpkin moving around in the pocket, finds an open target in the corner of the end zone, and that is a good play right there. That is a good play as Lionel Blackman gets open here, and Lumpkin just moving around, keeping that feet moving in the pocket, avoiding pressure, and finding an open man. So now Arkansas going to try and answer back here, but it's going to be intercepted. McLaurin finds Wagner, one of our top DBs here, just top defensive players, and he gets himself an interception. So now we're going to get gifted a golden opportunity in Arkansas territory. Lumpkin again, a collapsing pocket, but he manages to throw off of his back foot, and I think that was Marquise Bowman, the backup running back, who was able to hold that one in. I guess he was on the field here, but either way, we're going to continue. And now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Going to hand this one off to Blackman. Blackman finding some open space here, and he's going to get dragged down in the end zone for a touchdown. And now, just like that, we have completely flipped the script on the Razorbacks and have taken the lead here at home. After Arkansas really had us on the ropes for most of this game here, our offense was completely stagnant. And this is what I was talking about and starting Lumpkin here. This is kind of the big thing we're looking for. Can he move this offense and give this team some kind of life? And really, he hasn't. But the 4th quarter, he's been leading the charge here. But now with just a minute and a half, Arkansas still has plenty of time. But on 3rd and 10, Wagner's going to get a hand on that and break that pass up. So now it's going to bring up a 4th and 10 for Arkansas. They kind of need to go for it since they're down here. This could be their last shot with a football, but they are deep in their own end. So 4th and 10 here for Arkansas with a minute and a half. McLaurin dumps one off here, and it's going to be caught here on 4th and 10. You really just cannot give up stuff like that, guys. You just cannot give up stuff like that, as Justin Rivera, the freshman, able to make that catch and give Arkansas a fresh set of downs. But already it's 3rd and 10 again, just getting close to midfield, and that pass is broken up again. So our defense is really looking strong here on the first 3 downs. Can we stop them on 4th down and end this football game? Just a minute and about 15 seconds left to go. McLaurin back to pass, throws it across the middle, and again it's caught once again for another first down. So our defense really struggling to get Arkansas off the field here, despite really strong showings on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. But now on 1st and 10 for Arkansas, and the defense might just start be getting a little bit tired here. Might not have the resistance that we need here as they get another first down, courtesy of Nolan Blackwell, the sophomore. So now 1st and 10 here, calling timeouts because time is of the essence, with just 45 seconds left to go in this ball game. And McLaurin is able to, well, he tries to get it to Nolan Lane, one of the juniors here, but he can't hold on to it. It was in and out of the hand. So 3rd and 10 now for Arkansas. McLaurin steps up in the pocket, releases down the middle of the field, and it's the fullback. It's the fullback, Antonio Gay, who makes the catch here inside the 5. So it's going to be 1st and goal with just 30-something seconds left to work. And McLaurin pitches one off to Sanders, and Sanders, there's nobody out there on the edge, and the option play works. And Sanders is in the end zone for the potential game-tying score, pending the extra point. And Arkansas manages to drive all the way down the field, man. I don't know how many plays that was. It had to be like close to 15 or more. And this defense, man, completely breaks at the very worst possible moment. Now we are in a tie ball game. So with 17 seconds, 3rd and 10. Lumpkin trying to make some heroics happen here. Lumpkin, deep shot downfield, and he finds Jones along the sideline, the tight end. How is the tight end getting 1 open and 2 open deep? I don't even understand how that's happening. What's the game plan that's allowing for that to happen? But Jones gives us a new lease on life here. 10 seconds, 1st and 10. Lumpkin going to try and throw for something again here. Floats one out, and he overthrows Cliff Herman. Overthrows him. That ball sails into the dirt, man. Could have been something here. Had me really going for a second. So 2nd and 10, 5 seconds. Potentially the last play of the game here. Pressure is on, and it gets home to Lumpkin, and he's going to get sacked, and that is going to end the ball game. And we're going to need an extra quarter of football in order to decide who's going to win this game. Or not so much quarter, but a couple series here to decide the winner of this game. So McLaurin back to pass here. Sends a shot towards the end zone, and that pass is completed in the end zone for an Arkansas touchdown. So Arkansas does strike first here in overtime as they cash in on their first series and make things a little bit difficult for our offense. An offense that struggled to score 2 touchdowns in the entirety of regulation is now going to have to immediately come up with one here in overtime as Arkansas takes a 27-20 lead at the end of the first series of overtime. So 3rd and 2 here now for the Crimson Tide offense inside the 20 here. Hand it off to Lionel Blackman. Blackman finding some open space and picking up a heck of a lot more than the 2 yards. He's having himself a great day today. We really needed that from Lionel Blackman. Looks like the offense, Sick Navin, has shifted towards running the football a little bit more here rather than passing with Lumpkin. And there we go again on the ground, and it's Blackman cashing in once again, getting another touchdown in this game. And now we've answered back to Arkansas. We're going to at least need another frame of overtime to decide a winner of this game. So 1 overtime, not nearly enough, baby, for these 2 high-powered teams. And Arkansas is playing for their season as much as we are too, man. Our season's completely over, and Arkansas just gets incrementally harder if they lose to us here. So a lot on the line in this SEC matchup early in the season. So 3rd and 7 now for us, heading the other way, and that pass is completed, but it's going to be short. Cliff Herman's going to be short of the line to gain here. So on like a 4th and inches, Sick Haven probably should keep the offense on the field here, but we're going to stick with Owens and just play conservative, take our points here, and just rely on our defense to keep Arkansas off of the field, or at least get them off the field. Maybe get the ball back, something here. We're relying on the defense to stop Arkansas in this next series. We desperately need it. So 30-27 out of the lead, but Arkansas can score a lot easier than we probably could. So we got to be strong, man. We have to be strong on defense. I'm so terrified. So 1st and 10 for the Razorbacks here. They got 2 guys in the backfield with the quarterback, McLaurin. Floats one to the end zone, and it's in and out of the hands of the fullback, Antonio Gay. He had his hands on it. I thought that was the end of the game, but no, it goes out of his hands, and that is going to be, oh man, we're going to be dwelling on that one. Arkansas is going to be, that's going to haunt Razorbacks fans in their dreams. So now 3rd and 12 we're going to fast forward to. Pressure is on McLaurin. He's going to get sacked as pressure comes off of the edge. And Brock here is going to get all the way home to the quarterback. He's one of the further down defenders on this defense, but he makes a huge heroic play. So on 4th and 20, Arkansas is going to make a longer field goal. It was a little bit sketchy, but no, they do still manage to make it. So we are going to need a third overtime to decide this football game, if you can freaking believe it. A third overtime is needed in Arkansas v. Alabama. So this has turned into one of the all-time matchups in this series, man. We have yet to have an overtime this extensive in this game, and here it is, man. So buckle up. So Arkansas taking over, of course, to start off overtime 3, and still McLaurin is under pressure, man. The Arkansas offensive line has to be completely gassed. There's just nothing that they can do right now to contain our defensive line, and finally we're getting home to the quarterback. So 2nd and 22, pressure again to McLaurin, and he's going to get hit as he throws, and they're going to rule that's a fumble. And it's going to be a strip sack as Nat Bentley gets home to the quarterback and knocks that football loose. And now that is going to end Arkansas's drive. And now we have a chance here. All we have to do is just maybe get another 5 or 10 yards, and we can just safely rely on Kendall Owens to at least try and kick a game-winning field goal. So can we win it in triple overtime? Can we walk off the Razorbacks here in triple overtime? So on 3rd and 4 here at about the 20, Lumpkin rolls out here, floats this one off, an absolutely Herculean catch by Lionel Blackman here. The one-armed grab is going to get us inside the 5. What an amazing athletic play from Lionel Blackman, who's done everything in this game. He is the reason that we are even in this game right now. And so Owens, chip shot for the winner. The kick is up, and it is good. And we are going to walk out of our own stadium with a win. We are going to escape out of this one with a win against the Razorbacks, man. And that is just absolutely, I mean, we will take it, man. We'll take it. There's a lot to assess right now in regards to this team, in regards to this offense. Still managed to scrape out 33 points. You know, it took overtime to do it. 3 drives starting at the 25 in order to do it. But, hey, man, we managed to do it. We managed to at least hang on and win here. Arkansas played, of course, a tough game. They did everything they needed to win, but still ended up on the losing end, and we might have just saved our season here, because losing early enough in the season at least keeps the door open for us to climb high enough, but we have to get back to 2, and the odds of that happening are very, very slim. We need a lot of teams in front of us to lose, and we just knocked out number 5, so, hey, we gave ourselves some help, but, of course, the likelihood of the rest of the dominoes falling is not very high. So only one turnover to speak of in this game, and it was just Lionel Blackman's fumble. So that was really the thing we're looking for. So Cal Lumpkin was really unable to inspire this offense and move them with the kind of deliberate speed that we needed, but with the 60% completion percentage, no interceptions, 256 yards, 15 for 25, that is a better game. That's a better performance than Dre Gates was giving, and so that's the kind of stuff that gives me confidence in Khaled Lumpkin moving forward towards the rest of the season here, and managing to win the big game, despite his contributions or, lack thereof. Being able to win the big game was massive. So we pick up big wins against Georgia, Ball State, and Ole Miss here. We barely beat Ball State by a point, so maybe need to put a pin in that, because, yeah, that's scary. But Tennessee is putting together a good season. They've climbed up back to number 12. It's Tennessee as we know them. So we are definitely going to be putting a pin in this rivalry game as well, and we will be watching this Tennessee game. Depending on how LSU and Auburn are, this might be the last game of Year 13 before we get to any postseason activity. So hope to see you guys back in Tuscaloosa against the Volunteers.